Right then, last night, Daniel Dubois changed heavyweight boxing for good after beating Anthony Joshua via fifth round knockout. And yes, Daniel Dubois basically ended an era last night. He fully put a whole end to the Anthony Joshua, Wilder and Fury era. That's all done and dead in the water. Because yes, obviously I know, yes, Zhang absolutely battered Wilder first. But you're still thinking, there's still a possible fight there with Joshua and Fury in that era. But now it looks like Joshua and Fury is now completely dead in the water. So the era of Joshua, Wilder, and Fury is over. And, I'm absolutely gutted at the result because I'm an absolutely massive Anthony Joshua fan. Anthony Joshua is the reason why I'm into boxing. But so that's gutting for me, but I hate to say it, but Joshua, even though he said he wants to continue, Joshua is done at the elite level. I think that's clear to see. I hate to say it, but Joshua is done at the elite level. Tyson Fury is going to get battered by Usyk in December, hopefully, again. So I think that's all done and dusted. And Dubois changed heavyweight boxing for good, in my opinion, from now. And it's now time for something new, I'm guessing, because it's also like Alexander Usyk, I don't think's got too many left either. It wouldn't surprise me if Usyk's last one's against Fury and he retires after he wins that, or possibly has one more. But Usyk's not going to be around for much longer. AJ, I think's probably done at the elite level, especially though, even if he does fight again, he won't really be in the mix. And, Tyson Fury, he's going to be out of the mix very soon from December. And Wilder's dead in the water, out of the mix completely now. And Usyk will be soon as well. So it's like we're coming into a new era. And 2025, especially, that is when we will properly see the start of it. But the start of the new era starts in 2025. But last night was the ending of a decade-long era with Joshua, Wilder, and Fury, and Usyk also putting himself into the mix. That era is done, in my opinion. It is done, and it's time for a new change. And I made a video yesterday saying that, oh yeah, Daniel Dubois has completely ruined the whole heavyweight division now and stuff like that because he beat AJ and that era is now done. But it's like, yes, that is a possibility, and it is gutting that the whole AJ Fury fight is now ruined. But this new era of heavyweights is going to be very bloody interesting, in my opinion, because we've got Daniel Dubois around. But again, though, before I get on to my next point, I'm going to be saying it. So we got Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker. I still think we're going to be seeing around for a few years. Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark building their way into it, of course. Martin Bicoli, I think we'll definitely see, keep seeing him around the mix. Ajit Caballero, we've got, Moses Atuma as well. You've got to put him in there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Moses Atuma and when he's eventually really going to be in that big mix. But, we've got some interesting ones, in my opinion, who have been around, and we've got some real interesting fights to make, in my opinion, with the names that we have got. Zhang's going to be done soon as well, though he's old. But as well, though, it does take me on to my next point about us having Dubois around as possibly one of the biggest names in the heavyweight division. Daniel Dubois cannot carry British heavyweight boxing like what Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury has done. He can't. Dubois not got the personality for it, in my opinion. So in a way, that kind of ruins it, in my opinion. I just don't think Dubois has that personality to take on that role. Moses Atuma will have to wait and see. You never know. We could, we'll probably start seeing more and more out of Moses Atuma as he ups the levels. We'll eventually see more of his personality in the press conferences. And hopefully he's more of a character than what Dubois is. Because obviously, I think Dubois has got a real good entertaining style. He's good to watch. But, the guy can't hype up a fight to save his life. He's got no personality. But he's a very good entertaining fighter. But he can't carry British heavyweight boxing like what Joshua and Fury have done. And it's because, you've got Anthony Joshua, who's a real people person. He's always around the fans, always makes time for the fans. And as annoying as Tyson Fury is, he is good at hyping his fights up. So, but when those two are away, it's not going to be the same without any of those, without Joshua or Fury. It's not. And I don't think Dubois is the guy to carry British heavyweight boxing. I don't. I mean, you look at these other British heavyweights as well. You've got Moses Tuma. I've already said you never know. We could see more from him in press conferences as he builds his way up. But it's like you've got people like Fraser Clark, Fabio Wardley. It's like you think about them, good fighters, good styles. But again, they're not guys like Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. They're not at all. They're not. And back in the days while we obviously have Frank Bruno, who's, a man of the people as well. British boxing, right now, when Joshua Fury had gone, you don't have people like that anymore. And that's in my opinion, is the sad thing as well. I don't think Dubois is a massive draw overall because he can't sell fights. And that's the thing. And as well, I feel like Dubois, he's got that kind of quitting, people still, you've got those few people, though, who still look at him as a quitter, look at him like, oh, he quit to Joyce, he quit to Usyk. And it's like people don't really see him as a real representative of British boxing because of that quitting background that he has. And that there's a problem there, in my opinion. So it's all interesting, but we are going into a new era of heavyweights now, a completely new era of heavyweights we are going into. And that's going to be interesting because Dubois ended an era last night and he started something interesting, but I don't think there's going to be as much intrigue in the heavyweight division like there has been these years where you've got in the background those possible Joshua Wilder and that Fury era as well. So that's the thing, in my opinion, like what's going to be the massive era now? Because as well, if you think about it, America have literally got no big up and coming heavyweights right now. That they had Anderson, who was absolutely exposed by Martin Bakole, and USA have got no one. British boxing, yes, we got some decent names here, but not big faces of boxing overall. We don't have that now in this heavyweight division. We don't have massive pay-per-view draws. And you never know. It could slightly hurt the division. That's why I made my video yesterday saying Daniel Dubois possibly ruined the whole heavyweight division now. That's the thing. So I don't know. People would disagree. People can interpret it how they want, and people will have their different opinions. And I respect that, of course. But yeah, the era is done of Joshua Fury and Wilder, and it's difficult to see it's really difficult to look to the future and see what's this real new era actually gonna look like. Because right now there's not a load of massive draws in the division. So is the division going to be dead for a little bit? I don't know. It could be. Especially when Usyk eventually retires, which, as I said, won't be long either. So yeah, then you've got Zhang, who's on his way out as well. But I feel like the possible next big money fight, which doesn't include Usyk, Fury, AJ Wilder, is probably Dubois versus Parker. Because but again, is it a big pay-per-view fight though? I don't think it's a massive pay-per-view fight, but it's a good fight for the hardcores, in my opinion. You look at the casuals; they're not going to be coming in for that fight, and neither of Parker or Dubois are massive stars. They're likable guys, but neither are massive stars. And that's kind of going to be a bit of a bad hit on the division, in my opinion. That's the thing. So, yeah, anyway, Dubois ends an era. 2025, we're going to see a new era of heavyweights. And it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. But yeah, people will disagree with this video. People will agree. It's whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching.